Are you paid to win and you're having trouble getting your server to progress? And are you free to play and you don't understand how people are progressing so much faster than you if they spend money, or you hate them for it? This is something I wanna kind of delve deep into, because I keep seeing things from on both sides of the coin here, where people who are pay to win, they're like, oh my god, these people don't help us, they don't do anything, and there's a root cause for that. And on the other hand, I see a lot of hate coming from free to play players, and not just Hands, but in other games as well. Like, well, all these freaking whales, they just come and they take everything over. They just do whatever they want, right? So, let us establish what the problem is here and why there's such a big gap between pay to win and free to play. So, the first thing is, especially in this game, if I go into packs, I have only ever bought this. This gives me, let's count them out here. 1, 2, and then if you count here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that looks like 25 tertiary eggs. If you add that to, did I get that wrong? 5, 10, 15, 20. I thought it was 30. But basically it gives you 3 shells when you combine. Yeah, I guess it is. When you combine what you get monthly with the just the free hatches with the monthly plan, that's a big boost in this game, because when you're first beginning, the 2 most important things, as I've said before, is creature remains and orange shells. In this account, for instance, that's the only thing I bought besides the profile picture in this account, right? So, in this account, if I go into my special ants, you see I have 1, 2, 3. This driver is going to get scrapped soon. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm also going to scrap the spiny probably this week. And so let's say those 2 are shells, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to unlock this. This takes 2 shells. So I'm going to have 1 max JJ at the end of the week. This account started, I just looked at it, I think it was 88 days ago. Was the day that this server opened for this account. So about 3 months. So that means in 3 months I have 1, let's see, are any of these, 1 max ant, 1, let's say this is half max, because you still need another 2 and 3 shells, so that's 5. 5 shells. Now I also want to establish something real quick, which is the number of shells you can get a week. So from here you get 1, 3. So you get 3 tertiary eggs from here. You get 7 free a week, 1 each day. If you can hit minimum of 3, I can't go back now. If you can hit a minimum of 3 or 3rd tier rewards, and you don't have double rewards, so assuming you don't have double rewards, right? That's an extra 7 a week. So that's 10 a week, plus the free, that's 17. By that count, it's going to take you 2 weeks without double rewards to get a single shell. So I got the calculator up. So that's 17 a week, right? So let's see, that's 68 a month. So 68 a month, that's probably 2 shows. Statistically, you're probably not going to pull it out. There's, I think, a 3% chance you pull one, which is the same from getting it monthly. So assuming the odds stay the same, you get 2, maybe 3 a month. You need, let's see, so I know you need one here. So you need one, you need a dupe. So let's say 2. That's 4. You need 7 a week. So So 2.267 mathematically. So 7 divided by 2. So it's really 8 because you need the original. Yeah. So you need 8 total orange ants, gold ants, whatever you want to call them, divided by 2.267. It means it's going to take you 3.53 months to get a single ant. There is a way to do this faster if you're free to play. I've already covered it. If you get double rewards, instead of getting 17, you now get an extra 7 a day if you can hit minimum 3rd tier rewards. So now you're getting 24 total hatches a week, right? Times 4. So it's 96. So again, let's do it the right way. So divided by 30. You're only guaranteed one every 30 hatches. So 3.2, right? It goes down to 2.5 months if you get double rewards, which is why part of the reason why I always push double rewards. Now that's the single biggest factor earliest in the game, besides the creature remain. Now, with that being said, I have done this account as fast as humanly possible with spending about an hour, maybe 2 hours on a day. And I am still at queen level 20. I am about ready to go up to 21. So I'm not going to go up to 21. I'm really going to go to 23. And when I get to 23, the reason, if anyone's wondering, before anyone says anything, I needed to get my storages up because I'm shooting straight to 23. So I need level 3 storages on everything except for meat, and meat can be 2. You see here I am level 19. I am level 18. So actually I have a good bit to go. So that's the first problem, is building things takes so much time. And that's even just to shoot straight up. Like I haven't really been getting farmed on this account. I got hit a couple times by a single person. But they haven't really taken much because I don't store anything really in resource. They've taken like 500,000 of each resource, which not a big deal. And they'll hit me like twice. So like maybe a million times twice a week when I forget to shield. So that's going to be the biggest factor. You can't easily get the RSS. I am doing another series on a fix for this for free to play, so stay tuned for that. But that's going to be the difference, because if you are pay to win on the opposite end, right? So let's assume you're gonna buy the light contract. First and foremost, you get the reason I say light contract. This is the most common thing after the insect growth plan and special rank growth plan for people to buy. You get a 10 to 22% reduction in speed for building things. More if you have certain ants. Let's assume you don't have those ants. You can get all these extra resources. That's another $20. Let's assume let's say you have $100 monthly. That's the first month. You haven't even tapped into anything. You can, of course, get the insects, but let's assume you're going to build things up, right? You spend $10. That's another $50. And you're going to do this for 4. So now you're up to $70, right? And that is, in case you don't know, that's 4,200 resources a week times 4. It's 16,800 resources a month, plus whatever you get from building up, from doing Warzone. I think at Queen level 20, I'm going to stop it right here. So if you get up to T6 rewards, um, I'm talking about the beginning of the game, right? Let's say you're able, with that first initial 4,000, you're able to bust right through, which you would be able to. You'll be able to get the intermediate rewards the first week. I know because I just did it, and there's actually math behind this, but you can get to intermediate rewards the first week, I think, with 5,000 total. So assuming you're building up for the first 3 days, and you're getting 1,000 a day. So you can get, it's basically double the amount of creature remains that you can get if you buy that pack, which is why, especially early on, if you are going to be a light spinner, that pack is very, very important. But so you're getting double the amount of creature remains, which means you're able to progress at twice the speed that a free-to-play player is, which means you're able to unlock double rewards twice as fast, assuming you don't even, let's assume you don't go to Queen level 23, right? Because free-to-play, the way the pacing works, as you've already seen, you cannot, it's basically impossible to get to Queen level 23 without double rewards. If you're free-to-play, unless you're going around breeding everyone and for some reason your server stall stays active, which, by the way, I've never seen it. Every server I've been in where people start getting raided, especially early on, it ends up dying. And you have dead hills, they don't produce as much. But let's just assume you can. If you do go raider, or you server hop when migration happens, whatever, Warzone still remains the biggest way to get resources. So that's part of the problem here, is you can progress and get double rewards. So I am 60% done, and on this account I haven't bought creature remains. The last 3 levels are 10,000. Let's see, does it tell me? It doesn't tell me. So these last 3 levels, or the last 2 levels, so 19, 20, and 21 are 10,000 creature remains. So I probably still have, assuming it stays about the same price, probably about 16,000 creature remains I need to get. So I can get those in about a week. I probably can get this week if I get T6 every day, which building day will be hard, but let's assume I can do it. So that will have been, if I do that next week, that will have been 95 days, I believe, since that server opened. Let's see if I can show you this person. If I can find him. I didn't ask him if I could do this, though, so if you're watching this, send. I'm going to pick you out of a lineup only because I know when you did it. He did it in a month. So he bought that pack. So that's still somewhat light spinner, $100. But if you go and you buy, where is it? This is not research day, but there is a pack that you can buy. It's $100. It gives you like another, I think 5,000. So if you buy that every week, you can get there within a month. I only know because I know someone who did it. This guy has been with me since I was in 431. I'm in server 450 right now, in case you're wondering. He did it within a month. I think it was actually within 3 weeks of Warzone happening. And those rewards, as I've said before, are massive. You guys have seen. I've shown you guys. That's one of the biggest things. You can start getting those extra tertiary eggs without spending money for free, just by playing the game. So you basically, if you were to do that, it takes you a little over 3 months to get it, and you can do it in a month. If you're a real pay to win or a whale, and you can get those Warzone rewards that fast. You're already 2 months ahead, and you're still progressing at 2 to 3 times the speed of a free to play. The key is to help those free to play get those rewards as soon as possible. Now, whether you make farms and you let them farm you out, or however you want to do it, that is the key to server success, in my opinion. If you guys go around destroying the free-to-play, you're going to end up jumping servers and doing the same thing to another server. I see this as I have a raider, or an account that is a raider, and this is what we do. So, which I'm not knocking at all, but if you want to start winning wars and you want to start getting those rewards every day, that's how you do it. The other thing is resources. So depending on how you spend your money, what your budget is. I know people who spend $1,000 a day in this game. Not every day, but say 5 days a week. As we all know, sand is the most valuable resource. For $1, get 412,000 sand. I think you can get these every day. $100, you get 97 million resources, including 4 million that's, I think, 10.5 million sand off the top of my head. 11 million sand just off the top of my head. I just did it in my head, so if it's not quite right, I apologize. So 11 million sand, and I think you get that once a week. So you're able to have access to greater resources. And as I show you, there's other things you could do to get more resources. I do have a couple other videos planned. But the gist of what I'm trying to say is the speed that pay to win can advance at is faster, as I've always said. But the chasm comes from when pay to win is giving free to play advice. So hold on, let me go to my other server. So advice a whale just gave me in my server, I'll leave them unnamed, was to, I've been getting crushed pretty bad. Let me show you in Glory Duel. So let me, alright, so we're here, right? So if I go into Glory, I was saying how, so what I was saying was how I kept getting crushed by people who had Banshee Panda, Gold Armor, and JJ, and Gold Armor and JJ was startup, right? And they decided to give me advice. I'd listen to advice from anyone. This is how you learn the game. But his advice was to get Bullet Ant, or to finish Bullet Ant, take Gold Armor out, and then start Jack Jumper up. So let's just assume I do that, right? So assuming I do that, let's assume I do that. How long does that take me? So I have Bullet Ant. I could get this leveled up to level 50 by the end of the week. I have no complaints about that. Once you get to level 50 and you have Black Fire and Superb Spiny, really easy to do. Half time I don't end up even using my honeydew each week, so I have extra. So I need 1, I need 3, I need 6 orange shells, right? In the past 2 weeks, last week I didn't level anything up, and so in the past 2 weeks I have gotten, I just redid my base, guys, sorry, I forget where I put everything. Oh, those are dupes. I need those to star them up later. Okay, so I am, to some people, this is sacrilege. I am going to shell this Dark Giant. I'm going to shell Guard General, which that's sacrilege to no one. For, you know who I'm talking to about the Dark Giant. You know who you are. I'm going to shell both of those. Those two I just got within the past, I think, 2 weeks. If you don't believe me, let's see. I could be off about this. I may have gotten a third. So I did get a third. So I did do 1 skill. I don't remember what ant that was on. In the past 2 weeks, I've gotten 3. from when I'm filming this. Today is, I don't remember what, I'm filming this on February 9th. So maybe I got 3. Anyways, or maybe I got 4. But I had really, really good luck because 2 of these I hatched on the same day. These 2 I hatched on the same day, back to back. I don't think I've ever had that luck. I probably won't ever have that luck again. Like back to back hatches. So like I had 30 left, and I hatched an orange. So in reality, I know I have it here. I'm going to disqualify this Acid General because the chances of you getting that are extremely, extremely low. So let's say 3. Neural General, Drive Orient, and Guard General would be more typical. Oh boy. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's Spook's a funny guy. He goes off on tangents in there. He's not really a guy. He's younger. I think he's like a teenager or something, like 17 or 18. But he's funny. He makes fun of us. We make fun of him. It's all good. So that it's going from his perspective. It's not a big deal because he can just get the shells this week. He hatches in between 70 and 90 shells a week with his spending habits and how many he gains a week. That's just what he does. So to him, and when you hatch that many, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still testing this out. It's actually why those 2 were back to back, and I don't want to count those until I do more research into it. Was because I hatched 40 instead of doing my normal 20 or 30, and I think that's why I pulled back to back. But don't quote me on this. This is not proven. It's a theory. We need to test it. So to him, though, when he's hatching that many, if he hatches 90 and he does them all at once, he can easily get 6 or 7 orange shells. And I even told him, this is how many shells I need. He's like, oh yeah, just have it. You'll have it by next week. And no. You guys just saw the math. Assuming what we know right now is correct, that there isn't some kind of buff or something if you open a certain amount, assuming what we know right now is the correct information, the devs don't have some kind of shadow buff that we don't know about. The average is, if you go to hatch, you can look at it here. The average is, look here, 3.95%, so basically 4%. So you should be getting one roughly every 25 to 30 hatches, depending on how accurate the RNG is. I actually think that got buffed. I actually think it was 3% before. So it's only slightly better than the 30 days. I want to average it down to 1 out of 30 or 33, because RNG isn't perfect for math calculation purposes. It's easier to say you're going to get 1 every 30 because you know you're going to get 1 every 30. The chances are still relatively low of you breaking that, and even if you do, the next one you're probably going to get most of the time is going to be after another 30 hatches. So, as you saw, if I do my normal, right, assuming I didn't have the monthly thing, which I'm probably not going to be getting next month, I just don't have the cash for it right now. Assuming I don't do that, and I do get 25 hatches, that is going to be 100 hatches in a month. So divided by 30, we get 3.33 shells, assuming the math stays correct. So it's going to take me 2 months just to be able to finish Bullet Ant, and in his mind, he thought it was an accurate assessment that I could get entire other orange 6 shells in a week. And that's kind of part of what I want to address. It wasn't just him. I've seen this from a lot of people and in other servers. The expectations are not accurate for free to play as they are pay to win. As pay to win, you're paying to play the game faster, and when you pay to play the game faster, you are able to advance faster. You're able to get things faster. And on the other hand, as free to play, so I have been bashing pay to win a little bit here. I admit this not my intention. I'm just trying to explain the difference here in a sort of mathematical, I guess more of a scientific way. Free to play, we need to get the. Oh, I'm sorry. We need to get the realization as free to play, we need to get out of the mindset that as free to play, you cannot compete with pay to win. In certain situations, depending on how pay to win the person is, if they are a true whale, you probably can't. Not in early game. But when you get to more late game, and you start going in, let's say you're able to make it to Queen of Duels, you are able to do a good bit of damage as free to play or a light spender in this game if you do the right things. It's different to have the anger that, oh my god, this guy pays money and he's better than that he thinks he's better than me, and sometimes that is true, but a lot of times so this is Spooky. This is his hill. What he's done, I will go into in a separate video. Why this has worked for him. He got to level 25. He has 86 million kills, so it's not like he's like hiding his answer or anything. And he's not hitting dead hills. He has his own system. I'm going to go into that in another video. He has 41 million power. He has Q25, and I think he's a week or two away from being T9. Hold on, let's ask him. So he's been, this server, as you guys saw in my last video that was a couple days ago, has been open I think 150 days, and he already has T9 as free to play. He has over a 4 million March. Last time I saw it was 4.4 million March. That was before he had T9. This game, if you play it correctly, if you grind, and by the way, this kid's in school, so he's not on here all the time. He does spend a good bit of his free time on here. Sorry, Spook. But he is active for, let's say, a couple hours a day. He plays a game, I will not say it correctly, but he plays it smartly. And he maximizes everything he does. As free to play, he can compete with my server's top whales. Not just in terms of his power. I've talked about power doesn't mean anything in this game, really. He's ranked number 6 in power. He's able to hit Noodle. He won't always win, but he's able to hit Noodle. This is Lonely. I know he's able to beat Bay. And the top 2 are a little different because they've had T9 for a couple months now. Those are the 2 server whales, but he is in their realm as free to play. So this anger that I see that from some people from free to play, and especially for the ones who game hop, it's not justified, because if you do grind, so by the way, sorry about that. If the attitude that free to play gets towards pay to win players is majorly displaced, because you're taking out your own frustration that in your mind you can't have the same things as they can. But in a lot of these free to play games where you don't have to pay money and there's no ads, you can reach that same level if you play it smartly and if you are active. It does also require, on that note, that the whales aren't farming you. Now, with that in mind, there's an easy fix for that. If you're on a war server or a PvP server and you're getting farmed out by whales, really, really super simple. If you're at Queen level 23, you get 3,000 diamonds, 1,000 diamonds, 4,100 diamonds from one colony action. This is probably the least amount of diamonds I've had in a little while, 10,000. But if I go here, if I go to store, it costs 3,500 or 2,500 diamonds for a 3-day shield. You should be hitting at least, let's say, one colony action a day. In that time, you can get that same amount of diamonds back, 4,100, 8,200, 12,300. You can get enough diamonds in 3 days to protect yourself for another, I don't know, 2 weeks. It is possible, but what you need to do, you need to get to a higher queen level, and you need to get double rewards. Now, again, I'm not bashing free-to-play or light spenders, but the attitude that is getting put towards pay-to-win players is very displaced, because you're really mad at yourself that you can't compete with them and you don't want to put the work in. That's how I feel about it. It's straight from the heart. Anyone who knows me knows I'm very blunt. But that disconnect that we have, and instead of going to, a lot of times what I see in servers is I'm going into them, even at the very beginning, even in the first couple days, free-to-play players automatically like, oh my god, he's a whale, or he's pay-to-win, or whatever. This is just another pay-to-win game. They don't even ask for help. And what I'm saying, I'm not trying to hate on free-to-play, again, is instead of going to them, see if they can help you. See if you can use one of their farms, because a lot of times pay-to-win don't want to put the time into making a farm like I just did. They don't want to spend a weekend making a farm. They rush to it. They put, I don't know, $50 into it, depending on how pay-to-win they are. They rush to it, really simple. Or they do it on BlueStacks, where it's all automated. And then they just simply have the farms. Some of them, I've seen whales with 10 farms before, or even more. And there's that huge disconnect between free-to-play and pay-to-win, where first off, you need to communicate. What's the pay-to-win people's intentions, especially if you're starting on a new server? Are they going to farm you out? You need to find that first before you get that hostility towards them. And pay-to-win, guys, if you really want to be successful, if you want to win Warzone, you want to get those major rewards you get, and you want to get to Queen 25 as fast as possible, maybe you can offer to help those pay-to-win, or those free-to-play as pay-to-win. Light spenders, I know you're somewhere in between. I always count you guys as free-to-play. But I would say more on the same side. If you're having trouble and you're a light spender, go to the pay-to-win and see what they think about what the best packages are for your server. Maybe you're in a war server, so maybe my advice may not be the best for you. But if you just get mad or you quit the game, you're not even giving it a chance. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's about all I got for you today. Kind of a big rant, but that's all I got. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the game. And don't forget, if you're watching this today, February 9th, don't forget to not hatch your ants at reset. Wait for Warzone. Wait for colony action, actually. It starts the hour after.